give me joy down deep in my soul, down deep in...
Hey guys, so today I want to share with you a tag that I saw from Miss Gold Girl. It is the Eyeshadow Junkie Tag, and I thought this would just be fun for all of us eyeshadow junkies. I mean, really, I just thought this would be really fun for us makeup lovers. So let's go ahead and get started. There are 10 questions, I believe. Yes, so there's 10 questions, and the first question is favorite drugstore line for eyeshadows. That's a tough one because I've used a lot, but I have to say my most favorite drugstore line would have to be Wet n Wild, just because they're at a low cost, but their eyeshadows are so pigmented. They're really, I mean, they're rich, they're pigmented, they last a fairly good amount of time, and I really love just their palettes, their singles. I love pretty much everything about their line. So that would be my favorite drugstore eyeshadow line. Question 2, favorite eyeshadow primer. Now this is one of the few things that are not drugstore. I mean, this is not a drugstore exclusive tag, so I bounced around to drugstore and high-end. So my favorite eyeshadow primer is the LORAC Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. You've heard me talk about this. If you've been with me for a while, you've heard me talk about the fact that I've tried the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I liked that, but for some reason the consistency changed, and it was very oily, and the consistency just was horrible. It was oily, it was greasy, and it was kind of separated. So needless to say, that was downgraded as my favorite, and so I switched to using the LORAC Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I have a ton of these little samples. The full size of this, I believe, is $19. I have yet to get the full size because I have so many of these little samples laying around from various LORAC palettes I've gotten, and so anyway, so this is my favorite eyeshadow primer. Let's see, question 3. First ever eyeshadow purchase, and do you still use it? So the first ever eyeshadow purchase I made was from Wet n Wild, and it is the Walking on Eggshells palette. And do I still use it? Yes, I do. Not as much as I actually should, but I do still use it. I love this little palette. This is great for an everyday look. If you are somebody that likes neutral eyeshadows like I do, and you want a quick look that's laid out, you know, as eyelid, crease, and brow bone, and boom, there you go. And this is really ideal for travel. I took this when I went to the beach back in October, and it traveled really well, so nothing broke. So but no, this palette is awesome. So if you don't have this palette, I highly suggest you pick it up. This is, I think, at least where I got it, which I think was either CVS or Walgreens, it was around $4.99 for the trios. The 8-pan palettes are, I think, 7 or 8, somewhere in there, which is still really good, so especially for the quality. So yeah, so this was my first ever eyeshadow purchase. Best drugstore eyeshadow dupe. Okay, so I have this quad from Tarte. I did a video on this a while ago. This was from the it was a QVC Today's Special Value kit. I will link that video down below so that you guys can go watch it for more of an in-depth review of the entire kit. But this specific palette has a taupe shade in it called, I think it's Simple Slate. And so there's that slate shade right there. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous taupe, and I was looking for a dupe for it, and I actually found a dupe, and it is the Wet n Wild single in Nutty. It is pretty much an exact dupe for it. So that's pretty amazing to me. I will go ahead and swatch those side by side for you. So on the top one is Simple Slate, and the bottom one is Nutty. There's a little bit of a difference, but honestly, once you get it in light, it's not that big of a difference. There's really not that much of a difference. Simple Slate may be a little bit richer in pigment, and maybe a little bit deeper of a taupe, but other than that, I do think that Nutty is a really great dupe. If you, sorry, that's Mocha barking. If you need to find a dupe for that specific shade, I really think that Nutty would be able to take it for you. Number 5 is most underrated. So, and basically it's what you hear about the least but loved, and this includes singles and palettes. This for me has kind of fallen off the radar a little bit since the second one came out, the LORAC Unzipped palette. I feel like this particular palette has gone a little bit underneath where it should, just because the LORAC Gold came out and people love that. I have the second one. I love that one, but I think I love this one a little bit more, and the reason being is because it's wonderful for fall. It's got a lot of rosy tones in it. I love this palette. I love this. It's gorgeous. It's got this super deep, like it's called, let's see, Untamed. It's like this super deep purpley black color, and like it's like a deep brown. It's like really deep brown, but it's got almost a little bit of purple in it. So that's a really nice shade. All these shades are gorgeous. So I highly suggest you check this out. So this palette I think is the most underrated, honestly. It's not talked about really anymore, but Number 6, favorite single eyeshadow. This is kind of funny. So I just talked about Nutty being the dupe for that Simple Slate shade in the Tarte Quad. I think it's probably one of my most favorite singles from the Wet n Wild line. It's such a gorgeous shade. I don't know, it's amazing. So I really like it. And these little singles, when I bought them, I think they were like $1.99, somewhere in there. So if you can still find them, I know that there's a lot of them that have been Number 7, favorite cream eyeshadow. That would have to be my Mally Evercolor Shadow Stick in Dusk. If you've never seen it, I'll give you a swatch. It's the most gorgeous, like, plum shade. So there's the swatch right there. And this is amazing because, so once it sets, it doesn't move. I swear. It stays all day long. See? So, I mean, of course, once you let it set, which it takes a few minutes to dry, but once you let that shade set, it doesn't go anywhere, which I absolutely love, because if you have really long days at work or whatnot, you need your eyeshadow to stay all day and not crease and not go anywhere, which, let me tell you, that is bulletproof. So I really do like this. Number 8, favorite neutral eyeshadow. I have a lot of neutrals. I don't necessarily have a favorite, because I go back and forth between palettes, and I don't have a lot of singles, but I go back and forth between different palettes. So for favorite neutral eyeshadow, I can't really speak that I have a favorite, to be honest with you. If I had to though, I probably would go with the Walking on Eggshells palette. Number 9, favorite colored eyeshadow. I haven't used this in a long time, and yes, this is cream, but this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Edgy Emerald. This shade is so pretty. I can't get enough of it. It's like this seafoam green, which, let me tell you, works wonderfully in the spring summer months. I think I did a tutorial with this years ago. I will, if I can find the video, I will link it down below for you guys, so you guys can go see it. But that would be my favorite colored eyeshadow. As you can see, I don't have a lot of colored eyeshadows. And number 10, best eyeshadow palette ever. This was a really hard one, but I have narrowed it down, and it has to be my LORAC Pro Original. I know that this palette is a lot of people's like go-tos, but this palette just has everything that you would need. I mean, it's, you know, as LORAC always is, it's, you know, matte on top, shimmer on bottom, and the variety of looks that you can come up with this palette is pretty much endless, to be honest with you. I mean, you could go really dark or really light. So, I mean, this is a great palette, and it's a wonderful investment, especially, I mean, it's not that expensive. I think it's $42 maybe. But this is a great palette. I love this. I need to really bust this out more. So yeah, so that would be my most favorite. That is it for this tag video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun. So people I tag would be Miss Kristin Gehm, Emily from Emily Noel 83. Let's see. We'll go Staci Kathryn. How about Melissa Price? And I think that's it for like specific people. For anybody else that wants to do it, please go ahead and do so, and leave either your video link to this tag video, or leave the answers to the questions in the comments below if you don't make YouTube videos. So yeah, I hope you, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!